You want to bring it a little closer or something?
No, I was just twisting it.
Okay. Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? Glad to see everybody in the chat. And, let's see who all we got in here. We got Miss Blue Eyed, Jeff Townsend, Gary Spike. Well, hold on. You know, you messed me up.
Leanne, Bobby Ants, Blue Eyed Northern, Billy Shillings, Mr. Spikes Sr., Jeff Townsend, Scrolling, Jesse Underwood, David Blaylock, Richard Jr.
Hold on, let me get that down.
Richard Jr. I said that.
Good to see everybody tonight.
I'm just scrolling through these comments, guys. I can't read all these that fast.
It's Gene. Good to see you.
Said David Black.
About Skunk Ape. Good to see you.
Yep.
So,
Cynthia Johns.
Good to see y'all. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody. Hey, Robert. Good to see you.
Mr. Dunduvan.
Yeah.
Missed him.
Yeah.
Blaylock said that already. Gene Hudson.
Hey, Mr. Creel. So it's good to see everybody now. Hey, Mr.
Brian.
Yeah. Hello. How you doing?
Cherokee.
Yeah. So
and that's it.
We got hey, Rex. Good to see you. So we already got a full house. Hey, that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Already.
Hope everybody is surviving the winter weather we're having. It's been a tough week for a lot of folks.
It has.
Okay, what's going on?
Don't worry
here?
about that. It'll go away.
Hey, Bobby, good to see you. Yeah, it's been a tough week in Alabama, and I know it has in a lot of other states too. A lot of other states getting a lot worse than we did. We fared. Hey, DD, we Miss Deb,
Donna West.
Hey, Donna, good to see you. We had a little ice here.
Paramedic, hey.
Hey, good to see you. Yeah, it's working.
Coming in now.
That air conditioner's working outside, buddy. Yeah, we had a little ice here in central Alabama Tuesday. Of course, we had the freezing weather. One night it went.
Encrypted.
Well, hey, Kyle, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Enjoyed you live this morning. Really enjoyed that. Y'all go check out Encrypted Connections. He's a friend of mine, and I've been on his show one time back last year, and he has some interesting things on there and a good show goes on.
Sister, move.
So
Sister's gonna knock over the computer.
Yeah, of course we got all our dogs right up under us as usual.
As always. She'll be up here soon, I'm sure.
Like I said, we've had some pretty good winter weather. I know in the Tennessee Valley they got snow and ice, and then kind of in there where Greg and them live, they've got a good bit of ice. And I know Greg told me he couldn't get out of his driveway for a couple of days.
Is he out finally?
I haven't talked to him today to see.
Sister. You causing problems.
You know how it is with animals. Lord, you love them, but they get on your nerves. So, but it's good. I hope everybody else is fared with the weather. I know.
Now.
I know Tennessee and parts of Virginia and Arkansas, northern Mississippi all got hit real hard.
PJ, Arkansas.
And hey, PJ, good to see you. And so I know a lot of folks everywhere has had weather and up on other, and I know in the Midwestern states and over toward New England. And so it's just been tough.
32 right now, going down to 17.
Yeah, we're going down to 17 tonight.
And it's 32 right now.
That's pretty tough for this part of Alabama. We don't see that type of stuff much here. Rex says it's already 14 where he's at. Lord have mercy. So I used to not mind cold weather. Hey, Mark D, good to see you. But as I get older, it's starting to hurt. And hey, y'all too. Yeah, y'all fixing to go outside and sit in the cold for about 20 minutes, and y'all be ready to get in the house behave. You have to treat them like children.
Stop.
Hey, you two, good to see you. So I hope everybody's fared with the weather. Y'all excuse us. Hey, Mr. Henry White, good to see you.
Sorry, guys. Hey, hey, Sherry.
Yeah, she gets wild with that mouse a lot of days.
Well, I was fighting Gypsy. So Gypsy is very, very, very needy, and she wants up in my lap. I've been gone all day long. She's just as bad as sister. Might be a little bit worse, actually.
Yeah.
She's curled up down under my feet now, and she's probably going to be the one that knocks the computer over. Just saying.
So, what was you going to talk about tonight on the homesteading side before we get into other stuff?
So, I guess we got to do a plant of the week and a book of the week.
Yeah, I've got a couple books we're going to show tonight, but they're going to be a little different. So,
and I got a couple books I want to talk about too.
Okay.
So I didn't pick a plant of the week, but let me just pick one real quick. We're going to go out of last week's book. I don't tell what it's edible for, though.
What are we looking at tonight?
Ooh, the Sago Palm.
Okay, I have no idea. Hey, Abby, good to see you.
So the Sago Palm.
Hey, Sherry, good to see you in.
Because this would make reading this better.
Hope you got your power back on last night, Sherry. I hate that went off right after we got through with the show there. I just meant to text y'all this morning and ask you about that.
So the Sago Palm is found in a lot of areas. We have a Sago Palm that actually grows here. It's usually in more southern than us areas, but like the people we bought the house from, they've got one in their front yard. Remember, right up against the house?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That I thought the frost killed, and it did not. So edible parts of a Sago Palm, though. Great use to the survivors. One trunk cut just before it flowers will yield enough sago to feed a person for 1 year. Sago starch from non-flowering plants. To extract the edible sage, cut away the bark, etc., etc. You can make flour with that, it looks like. It's got a lot of edibleness to it. Other uses, the stems of the tall sagos as thatching material also. I don't know that there's any medicinal qualities to a Sago Palm, but that's my plant of the day today, because if you're caught in a situation where you have no shelter, that's the word, no shelter, you can use stuff like the Sago Palm and the palmetto.
Yeah, the palmettos are growing.
Yeah, those two, you can use those as a thatching material as well.
Right. Let me ask one thing about it. That first plant,
Sago Palm.
Yeah, how hardy is it to cold weather?
It's not.
So
that's why I said it's more of our area and down.
Okay, so it's more
tropical,
coastal type. Okay.
Maybe not coastal, but
southern
tropical.
Coastal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely tropical. They don't like those hard freezes. Right. But like I said, our neighbors survived 4 days below freezing, and it's back.
I wonder if it's because it was up against the house.
It's possible. It's possible. So
protected a little bit. Okay.
But so yeah, it's got edibleness to it. So if you have a Sago Palm somewhere that you have access to, Google
Bobby says her friend has her neighbor has a big.
Yep. And they get really big.
No, man,
I did not know they made a flower out of it.
No, Miss Jean, we haven't been too tropical here in the last few weeks.
We have not. We have not been very tropical at all. Here. All right, so book of the week. That was last week's book. This week, we're going to do one that's an iffy book for people. Y'all hold on. I got to touch the mouse. Hang on. There we go. It fell in my lap. So this is our book of the week this week. Y'all, in a period where crap hits the fan.
Hold the book up where they can see it, babe.
Well, I have, and then I laid it back down. In a period where crap hits the fan and things like that, you need to be able to feed your family and stuff, right? One of those things that you can feed your family with that doesn't make a lot of noise, that doesn't get you called out, that is even kind of approved in a city setting because a lot of people look as cute little fluffies. They're pets. But you can actually raise that in a subdivision for meat. They produce 8 to 16 babies each litter. They can have a litter. Oh my gosh, some people, they breed 28 to 30 days later, you have babies. And in 4 weeks, you breed again before the whole litter has been weaned off.
Tea.
And it's tea. It's tea. I wish it was different, but it's tea. So this is a good way to find uses for it. So this is called Rabbit Recipes for the Zombie Apocalypse. So if you're in a situation where you can't have chickens in your yard or stuff like that, this is a nice, quiet animal that you can actually raise as a sort of homestead thing that people look at as pets, and you don't have to exactly tell them what you're doing with it. Also, rabbits the poop is garden gold. It doesn't need to be composted. It holds a lot of moisture, stuff like that. But guys, this whole book
Crystal J,
is
good to see you.
Full of recipes. It has 59 pages, and I would say 57 of them. Let me go back to the beginning. 56 pages are recipes. 1 recipe per page. So that's 56 recipes of different ways to cook rabbit. Just saying. That's a very good homestead beginner thing to learn. It is easier for me to process a rabbit than it is for me to process a chicken. I know that sounds weird, but I can't do the chicken. I can't do the deed.
Yeah.
I can process the chicken once the deed's done, but I can actually process a rabbit from start to finish. So there's my book for this week and my plant for this week.
Just rabbits, now they multiply, but it would be a very good meat source. Also, it can be
Ladies guy.
Also, it can be a fur. Hey, how you doing?
Fur.
Good to see you.
Very good for fur as well.
Good for fur. And of course, like she said, the manure is a very good fertilizer. It's one of the best fertilizers you can actually get.
Well, I wouldn't call it a fertilizer so much as an organic matter with a low fertilizer. But it doesn't have to be composted. That's the main thing. It poops out. You can put it directly in your garden.
Yeah, like where a cow manure, horse manure, hog, chicken, you've got to, you got to let it run through.
Yes, Gene.
So it's a very good meat source. Now, I will say this about rabbit. They don't have a lot of fat on them.
They do not.
So you got to be able to put something else in there with it. You couldn't just live off the rabbits.
Yes, Billy.
Yeah, I agree with that. The rabbit's good, and we've done it several ways. Me and her really need to get back to really cooking a lot more rabbit, and because it's a good healthy meat. Yep. It's a good health, but you do have to find and put some fat with it, or break it up. So, what else you wanting to talk about, babe?
Hold on, she already got in trouble. Abby for almost knocking the computer off the table. Oh, Abby must be in the chat. I missed her, and she must be asking where Sister is. Sister's almost got in trouble already.
Sister will be at my lap before it's over with.
Yeah. In fact, she's looking at his lap right now.
Yeah, she's staring at me now. So,
hang on, guys. Hang on. I'm touching buttons again. Hold on. This sitting like I am is not working with the mouse thing.
Mr. Jeff said he likes the chocolate marshmallow rabbits.
Those are good. Those are good. Those are very, very good.
Yeah, they are.
So
we start putting chocolate in. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm all about it. And Mr. Billy was right. Anything that has chicken in it, you can put rabbit in it, and it's just so much better. So yeah. All right. So y'all, I need some help. I know that sounds odd, but I need some help. So I ordered a book online the other day. And some of you know I'm pre-diabetic now. and it doesn't hopscotch around in my family.
Wendell, good to see you, bro.
It hits every single person in my family. So I am trying to avoid it for as long as I can. So we are cooking better here. For me, the main thing I need is carb-free or low-carb breakfast, right? So I thought I'll order a diabetic cookbook and see what they're recommending for people for breakfast, right? Diabetic cookbook. Yeah. 30 meal plans in it. Yeah. It's got breakfast, lunch, dinner, and desserts. It does. But guys, this book, all the recipes for breakfast have 25 to 50 carbs per serving. How is that healthy for a diabetic? Every one of them have toast, oats, fruits, sugars, honeys. I know it's all natural sugars, but it's still sugar.
No problem, David. No problem.
So I am at a loss. The desserts in this thing were lower carbs than the meals. So if y'all are out there and any of you are doing, oh, I know, no pecan pie. I know. That's like one of my favorites. If any of y'all are out there and doing low carb breakfast ideas, I need some serious help because I am tired of eggs with toppings.
Yeah, you get to the point you eat so many eggs, they start getting.
Well, I get up every day. I scramble eggs. I put a meat in it. I put onions, garlic, not garlic, green bell peppers and tomatoes in it, and scramble it. And I can take those same eggs and eat it on a plate with salt and pepper. I can wrap it up in a burrito. It's still the same thing. And I'm tired of it. So I need help. And oatmeal, I can't do it. It's carbs.
You said don't go by the hospital one.
I know.
Starve to death,
but for breakfast, I really need to do as little carbs as possible. The rest of the day, it doesn't seem to bother me as much, but breakfast, it really bothers me. So if any of y'all have ideas of low carb, low sugar, even natural sugar.
Miss Pat mentioned something a while ago.
Somebody said oatmeal. That was Dee Dee.
Miss Pat mentioned something.
Sugar-free pecan pie. I need to go up and see. If any of y'all have ideas and y'all are friends with me on Facebook, please feel free to.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I still got that cough a little bit.
Chaffles. What are chaffles? Is that the cheese waffle thing?
Well, that sounds pretty good, though, because you can eat a lot of cheese, can't you?
No.
I agree with you on that, Kyle. You can't hardly
no
go wrong
carbs.
with
So what is a chaffle?
Oh, she'll come back to you.
Yeah, she says there's no carbs. Shakes. I do a lot of shakes.
Sawdust said skip breakfast.
I cannot skip breakfast.
She can't. That's her meal.
I will be sick if I skip breakfast.
Good to see you, Mark.
But I cannot have a piece of toast.
She said cheese and egg.
Cheese and egg? Okay. And that may be what I have to end up doing because a lot of Special K with any kind of cereal. I mean, any kind of fruit. They have carbs.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
Fruit is a carb. So that's where I'm at. I'm stuck on my breakfast.
Now, Mr. Mark might could tell you some things too. So
or make with almond flour.
Hey, David. Good to see you, David.
Because almond flour is low carbs. That book that I bought, guys, the desserts in it were 11 grams of carbs, but the breakfasts were 25 to 50. I was just like, wow. So,
sister, what are we doing? Okay. All right.
Use the 12 seed low carb bread and sugars. Yeah. Well, for me, I like carbs.
Well,
carbs is my problem.
Our body craves carbs, especially in the wintertime.
Yeah, Miss Sherry leaves the sugar out. The sugar's her culprit. I don't eat a lot of sugar. I really don't. I'm craving some sugar right now.
You need a half a gallon of ice cream in a few minutes. What are you talking about?
I don't really do that a lot, though, is what I'm saying.
You could.
I could, but I don't.
Sitting
I
in here
try.
studying
I,
fields
no,
now.
I try to avoid the sugar. I really
And
do.
you love chocolate too.
I do, but
Yeah.
I don't like milk chocolate.
Oh me.
I don't like milk chocolate. But babe,
Don't let her fool y'all.
Hold on. When's the
Don't.
last time I ate ice cream?
It's been a while. In fact, we got in trouble because we didn't eat Mr. Bell's ice cream
Yep.
he gave us. So.
Yeah. And yeah, that's as far as that's gonna go. So yeah. So I haven't ate ice cream in a long time. I haven't ate any candy hardly because somebody bought that candy for me and it's still sitting in there.
Yeah, I agree. You hadn't been hitting it since.
I have tried to, except for Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner, I have pretty much avoided all the sweets.
Yeah.
So I've been doing much better. But just, I can't skip breakfast, and the carbs drive it up.
Miss Sherry says she buys the Carb Smart ice cream.
Oh, I might need to try that.
He puts protein powder in there.
Now that would work. I didn't think about carb and protein powder in.
Miss Blue Eyes said, "Can you make bread with powdered egg whites?" So
I don't know. I'm sure you can.
And Mr. Mark D said, "Walk, which you get already a lot of." So sometimes you get up to 15, 20,000 steps in a day.
15, 20,000. Yep.
So yeah, she gets her walking in. I need to walk like that and get rid of this gut. I used to walk a lot.
But see, that's my problem is I have always got that many steps in, even when it was just, here and I wasn't working. And in order to lose, you have to up it.
Well, check that out, Mr. Mark D, about Publix. I love Publix. They got some of the best fruit. I need to check
that out, yep.
They got some of the best fruit.
All right. I got everybody texting me now too.
That's the way it goes.
It is. Y'all, I'm very sorry. So I'm running a Pampered Chef party. And that's what's going on now. The guy that's hosting the party is messaging everybody. And I remember when I got invited to somebody else's party, the same guy messaged me out of the blue. And I wasn't expecting it. And so I messaged my friend and I said, "What's this? Who is this?" She said, "Oh, he's the Pampered Chef." I was like, "Oh, okay." So everybody thinks they're getting scammed now, and they're messaging me. What do I do? Is this a scam? Is it for real? It's for real. And if anybody wants any Pampered Chef, let me know. I got a party running right now. And no, I'm not selling Pampered Chef. Okay. Although I could get back into it again. I don't know. Because I could do cooking shows and sell some Pampered Chef on YouTube.
Yeah, might be something you have to think about.
It might be. So, y'all, I am missing all the comments here. So, let's see.
Well, you ain't. I mean, everybody's
solid
just
and
muscular.
Oh yeah, no. And that's what I told my doctor. Basically, he insists that I up my exercise and everything. And no, I can't up it. There's nowhere to up it. So, and that's what I'm trying to do is do it with diet now. Nice. Their stuff is a little on the expensive side. So, yes, Miss Wanda, that's who it is. It's the guy running the Pampered Chef party, Don, whatever his name is. So I've got everybody texting me now. It's safe to answer him. He is not. Eat a spoonful at each meal. Nice. When I was gestational diabetic, they told me that it's better to eat the real thing than the fake stuff. So,
well, I mean, yeah.
And like I said, the rest of my day, for sugar wise, I can eat pretty much what I want within reason. The rest of the day, it doesn't affect me. But breakfast, it's affecting me. I can tell it in the way that I feel. So,
you know what I forgot to do?
What?
Get some knives out of the gun safe tonight.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll get them.
Yep.
We'll do them next time.
I thought the Pampered Chef was frying diapers.
There's Haywood.
Oh yeah, no. Good do. Yeah, there is a Instapot type thing, pressure cooker that Pampered Chef has that I want. And it has all the parts. You can bake a cake in that pot. You can steam 2 separate vegetables in the same pot. You can cook like eggs and all this, that, and the other. It's even got like a lid that you can put on it instead of the pressure cooker lid. And I want that one right now. It's just, and I want the cordless mixing set.
Yeah. That's
the other thing I want, because we don't have cords everywhere. Let's see. Yeah, that's hard to do. I'm with you on that one. I bought the loaf of keto bread yesterday, and that was, I don't even know if it's any good because I'm afraid to eat it because I know gluten-free is awful.
Let's see here. Go ahead, babe.
I am. I'm just reading these comments.
I
love my bread. That's my problem.
Hey, Crystal, good to see you tonight.
And that is what my go-to breakfast was. Grits with a fried egg, topped with stir-fried onions, bell peppers, and all that. But grits is a carb.
I missed y'all down at the Bigfoot conference in Smith Station last week. I heard y'all had a good one down there. Lord have mercy.
Terry Allen, did we say to him?
Yeah, I spoke to Mr.
All right, I think I'm caught up on all these comments.
Yeah, thing's moving tonight.
It is. So I'm going to be missing a lot of comments tonight. So
yeah, well,
but yeah, any of y'all that want to message me on Facebook, feel free to message me. If you've got my number, feel free. If you need my number, feel free to message Mark, and he'll give it to you. I'm good with that.
Yes, Miss DD, we have a way of getting everybody hungry.
So. Yeah. We made waffles. Sourdough waffles is like my favorite thing.
Yeah, when you try to eat healthy, everything's very expensive too.
Yes, it is. Yes,
hey,
it is.
Mike Thompson, glad to have you. We got a full house tonight.
Yeah, gluten-free is awful. When Ella was younger, she has celiac that runs in her dad's side of the family, and I swore she has it or had it, but they refused to test her because they said that if you had celiac, you would be skinny and not be able to eat. Well, Ella had a high pain tolerance, and she just didn't care that it hurt her to eat gluten. So I removed the gluten from her diet, and she became a different child. She came home from school one day and was back to being her normal self. And I was like, you had a piece of bread at lunch, didn't you? And she admitted that she swapped her lunch with somebody else's, and she has a gluten intolerance, I think, for sure, but she may not have celiac, but they never did test her. So. All right. Poached eggs. I have never had a poached egg.
Now, most of the time here, we either eat them boiled, scrambled, or fried, or put into something. That's about the way we eat them. And you never have deviled well, you do deviled eggs, but we never have pickled eggs, have we?
Yes.
You have pickled? Where did you pickle eggs?
I used to pickle them all the time because I sold them, remember?
Yeah, I mean, that's right. Yeah, that's true.
But now I dill pickled versus the pink pickle.
Okay, yeah. I poured some eggs and a man shot at me.
Yeah,
mercy.
Yep.
Yeah, Greek yogurt. Yeah, she's done the Greek yogurt. Yeah.
I love the yogurt.
If we were able to work like our kinfolks or our ancestors worked, none of us would have too much trouble. I know some people's not able to work like that, but when they worked outside, they kept the weight off. Not knocking them, we just don't work like.
Well, they didn't have all the process either that we have now. So scrambled hot peppers and onions and secret ingredient. Yep.
That's
almost what I make.
When the processed foods started and the fast food restaurants came out, that's when you really started seeing a lot of changes happen.
I thought that if I bought the steamer basket set that it would fit in my Instapot that I have. They don't. So I really need to get the actual Pampered Chef pot for those. But all the different pieces that it has, I just I want it, I think. And I could join again for $38.
Abby, asked your daddy about 1993 in Alabama.
Oh, that was fun.
What took place here in Alabama?
That was fun.
16 inches here in central Alabama where we lived at.
Yeah, we had 2 to 3 feet in places where I was because I was in Northwest Georgia. So,
and what was strange this past Tuesday when we had the snow and ice here in Alabama back on January 16th, 1982, y'all heard me mention that ice.
See you later, Mr. Prospect.
Good to see you, Wendell. Take care. We seen we had a terrible ice storm coming in Alabama, and I mean it was ugly. And we lost power for about a week. I mean, you couldn't even get out for several days. Let me ask y'all this question while I'm thinking about it before I forget. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and that I work with, and he mentioned to me that a lot of the grocery stores in some of the high impact areas, Arkansas, parts of Mississippi, were starting to run out of groceries because trucks couldn't get there. Have anybody of y'all in those areas noticed any of that going on? This would be kind of up in the northeast part of Arkansas, where some of his people are. And so I was just wondering if y'all were seeing any of that. I know we're having parts problems where I work.
That's what I'm hoping for, Mr. Mark.
What's that?
His wife had a party last year and she got the pot for $60.
Hey, that's good.
That's what
I
I'm
like
hoping
that Pampered Chef stuff. It's very built, good. So, okay, Mr. Saul. Yeah, I'm just wondering because I heard a little bit about some of the Northwest Mississippi cleaned out. Okay. Well, he's got some kinfolks there in northeastern Arkansas, and I think he was talking to them, and they went to the grocery store and said they finally made it to the grocery store, and something about it was about empty in there, and the guy told them said they couldn't get no any stuff in. Yeah, Leanne, and Crystal. Crystal said that. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I thought it was Leanne for a minute, but yeah, Scott Carpenter's son is going to continue his dad's channel, which is real good, I think. I thought a lot of Scott Carpenter. I know some folks didn't like him, but he actually was a good guy.
No, that Instapot is not $60. It's a lot more. Basically, it was for hosting the party. You got it discounted.
Oh, okay.
It's like $200, I think. It's expensive.
PJ said that she was at the store today and had barely any milk. It hasn't been right since the. Oh, okay.
The cootie bug. I love it. I love it. I got something to ask about.
Okay.
So I was reading an article today, and it kind of surprised me a little bit because it's not something I think about normally. I'm allergic to shellfish. So the what are they called? Crawfish. The crawfish market is hurting now because of the drought and everything.
Oh, yeah,
they didn't have enough water to flood the fields that they need to in Louisiana or something. And so they don't have enough adult crawfish to harvest now, which is going to impact the next season as well.
Yeah, that would be Mississippi, Louisiana, probably part of Arkansas. So any of y'all live in those areas. I know Miss Pat's down there in Louisiana. And, any of y'all down in the southern part of Arkansas or Mississippi, y'all may be hearing that.
Yep. The hot temperatures and the drought kept the fertility down, and they didn't have iodine in the shellfish too. Yeah. That's okay, what David, I'm allergic to, I think.
We'll keep him in prayer toward the end of the
Took
show.
me till 40 to learn I was actually allergic and I wasn't just getting bad shrimp every time. I love shrimp. So let me highlight that prayer request. Oh, he can't do shellfish, but yeah, I can't do shellfish either. It's not anaphylactic for me. It just makes me sick. Now, my niece is deathly allergic. Yeah, there's a lot of people that's allergic to it. But gosh, y'all, the jumbo grilled shrimp, like the Japanese steakhouses and stuff, they are so good. So good. Every now and then it's worth it.
Help me remember, we got several people we need to mention.
Okay, we'll do. So, but yeah, if you like crawfish and you're looking for crawfish bowls, those prices are going to skyrocket this year.
I think
and there's not going to be breeders to sell either.
I got a sneaky feeling we're going to see a price increase on everything. I used to keep up with the cattle markets. I need to get back watching that more. I know there was some stuff going on with it. Also, you don't hear this because, well, boy, I better be careful going down that hole. But probably going to see some prices really jump on vegetables too.
Yeah.
And it's always so crazy. You can buy the junk food cheaper than you can buy the real food. I ain't never figured that out, but I guess, well, I do know why. But anyway, we won't go into that subject and get everything stirred up. But and even the prices on electricity has went up, natural gas has went up, water has went up. If you're on utilities, I've noticed all that has moved, climbed a little bit. In fact, we've seen some people complaining here in our area about
double power bills
and stuff.
300 1 month and the next month 700.
Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is going on there.
Yeah, I'm excited about the trip to LBL too.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that. And any of y'all, if you can make it, go over on Woodwalker's Facebook page. That's excuse me, I'm sorry. Still got a little.
There's an event set up for it.
They got a page set up where you can let them know if you're coming or interested. Be sure to do that. We like to kind of keep up with the numbers if we can. And it'll be us and Woodwalkers and Sawdust and the SAS group. We'll all be there. We're kind of doing this sort of together. And then, the last weekend in April, whatever that date is, you've got to create a page for that. We're going to do one here, a small one.
I still need the date for that, so I can put in for work.
Yeah, so we're going to do that. And then we'll have the holiday one next December up at the grist mill. So, and I did call them, and they said come on up, and that weekend was free.
Okay, good.
So I just got to go up and get it set up. So y'all be keeping that in mind. There's some stuff coming up. There's the Alabama Bigfoot Conference in Anniston in June. There'll be some speakers there that everybody knows. Mr. Martin Groves and Barton Nunley and trying to remember the other ones that's going to be there. I can't remember everybody that's going to be there, but they'll be there. Anniston's only 40 miles from me and Rebecca, and pretty easy drive. Mr. Wendell will know a lot more about it. He lives there in Anniston, so so y'all keep that in mind. That'll be going on here pretty soon. But I hope to see everybody at LBL, and I hope we have a good turnout. I hope we have some good fellowship, and just get to know each other better, and just because that's what it to me it's about. It's about people. I would just be honest with you. I could care less if a booger shows up or not. I'm coming to visit with people, and so I hope everybody can make it. And if it's where you can't camp, let some of us know, because there's some little cities close by that's got motels. I know Dover, Tennessee. I'm trying to think of the name of that other little town in Kentucky. There's several of them there that should have, a place to, stay in a motel and you can just come out and visit with us during the day, or you know what I'm saying. So everybody try to make it if they can. I think we'll have a very good time, and I look forward to it. Looking forward to seeing some of my friends who I really consider family now, and then meeting all y'all that I consider family that I hadn't met yet. So we really look forward to that. So, all right. You want me to get started on some of my books now?
Yep. What week are we doing our thing?
The last weekend in April, which I think.
The last weekend in April?
Well, hold on here a minute. I need to tell everybody this date anyway. Hold on.
So 26th, 7th, and 8th.
Hold on. Let me get down here and make sure, baby.
Too far.
Yes. We will be there on April 26th.
Where are we going to be?
We're going to be at Hatchet Creek at Double Bridges, and we'll get everybody that's wanting to come to a Facebook page, and then I can give directions. It is a public campground. Does not cost nothing, but it does not have vaulted bathrooms. And
vaulted bathrooms?
Well, whatever you call them. What do you call them?
They don't have bathrooms.
That's what I'm saying. There ain't nothing there.
It's very primitive.
No water, no electricity. It's easy to get to, though. And if you don't want to camp, there's a town close by called Clanton, Alabama. If you've been through Alabama, you've probably seen the big Peach water tower in Clanton on I-65. You ain't but about 15 miles from where we're going to be. And it's a very boogerish place. Mr. Keith Bell, that y'all have heard me mention, he may even be here on the chat. It's in Alabama, Crystal. It's in central Alabama. Let me get back out of that a minute. And the holiday one we're talking about doing.
That was the 6th, right?
Hold on, let me just go on to it. The holiday one we're talking about doing a start on December 6th and 7th, and of course through the 8th.
Alabama's where Hatchet Creek is, Cryptic.
Yeah, it's in Alabama. It's in the middle part of the state. It's 20 miles from south of where me and Rebecca live. So it's a beautiful place. Hatchet Creek is real beautiful. Y'all probably seen some of my videos where I went down and interviewed Mr. Keith Bale.
That is a very accurate description of the Hatchet Creek campground.
Yeah.
There is no parked places. There is no set spots.
Hey, Debbie. Good to see you, Debbie.
There is no nothing.
So y'all keep that in mind. It's a beautiful place. And there's boogers there. And the Coosa Wildlife Management Area is right across the road. There's trails.
Yes, Crystal.
All in there. Part of that Pinhoti Trail is in there. So
that is correct. We will have my camper, so I'll have a bathroom.
That was one of her things about going Bigfooting is I was gonna have to supply a bathroom and a warm bed. So she got her a little bitty camper.
My two requirements were an outlet for a electric blanket and a bathroom. Yep. So, and I got it. I got my bathroom and my outlet.
That will help us in the long down the road where if we go to Arkansas or Texas or going up north to visit my kids and so, and even if I went on up further to, toward New England or somewhere, we could find us a little campground and, save on that motel.
Yep.
And of course have our dogs with us because they're like kids now. They have to go everywhere with us. So.
Oh, and there's a fence thing we need to purchase eventually.
Okay.
To fence in the area around the front of the camper. So Gypsy doesn't have to be on a leash the entire time.
Okay.
They actually make that for camping. Did not know that.
I haven't seen Spencer tonight. I hope he's okay. I ain't seen much of him on Facebook this week or anything.
One of the people that come through the store was telling me about it.
So, all right. You got anything you want to talk about a minute, or you good? Okay.
See, look here.
I don't see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, we'll have to look at that. We'll look at that.
See how they do?
They both probably could jump over that, but
Yeah, but they won't. That's
So-
the thing is they don't. It's 3 foot or 4 foot tall. I can't remember.
well, that's another thing. We
They're
gotta figure
rammed
it-
into the ground,
Yeah.
attached to a little pole between the two. Hey, sister. Oh, sister. Hello, sister.
Okay, good. Billy.
Sister has made it to the show,
All right,
guys.
sister, please, back. You were some at times, dog.
Keep it up. Misty's coming too.
All right, last night we had a show, and I know a lot of y'all were on there. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. And I hope I hadn't missed anybody else coming in the chat. Last night we had a show
Did we
on
say hey to Debbie
Sawdust.
Jones?
Huh?
We said hey to Debbie Jones.
Yes, I spoke
Okay,
to
good.
Debbie earlier. Sister, please.
Come on, sit down.
She's got a licking fetish about her.
Uh-uh.
Last night we had a show on Sawdust TV with
Don't
Mr.
you
Mark
dare,
and Miss Cherry, and we
sister.
done a tribute to Mr.
Sister.
Bill White, or AKA Tall Banco. A lot of people don't know who he was, but
Just so y'all know.
so he
Misty has joined.
yeah, we're getting more and more.
My
in
lap
here
is
on
full.
us. So anyway, we had that show last night. I thought it was a very good show. I appreciate Mark and Sherry letting us do that on their platform. But Mr. Tall was a good man. This is the book that Sherry and some other people were referring to last night. And of course, everybody he sent this to, he wrote them a little note, which is pretty nice. And I'll read what he said here real quick. He said, to a good friend and noble person, Mark Green, I've really enjoyed all the days and nights we spent together while booger hunting in Talladega County and Lowndes County, Alabama. Kindest regards, and AKA Mr. Tao. So if y'all, I don't know if we can get I don't know if you can find the hard or the book itself anymore, but I know you can get it on. I think it's Audible. What is it? Audible. And Miss Sherry's in here. She could tell you, she could tell you where to find it. And you can go in and type in Tao Banco on the internet. Sister, what are we doing?
She's headed your way, Daddy.
And you can find where some of the books he has
sister.
wrote. Also, you can find a lot of his stuff in like some of the Bigfoot forums, and so it's pretty cool. And also, like somebody mentioned last night, he had wrote, some newspaper articles from different newspapers. Well, today I found several of them, so that was very cool. So, where he wrote about being a Bigfoot researcher and a little bit about himself and stuff he had found and stuff like that. And hey, Ken, it's good to see you come in. And so really appreciate Mr. Mark and Miss Sherry letting me and Kumbo and Greg come in and do a tribute for him. So really appreciate that. Also this week I was on Red Creek Mafia with Mr. Mike. That was Thursday at 3:00. So if y'all want to go over.
So Amazon does have it for their Kindle.
Okay, good. So y'all go over and check out Red Creek Mafia. And also I done a podcast for Mr. Vic on his, I think it's called My Podcast.
Yeah, this is Misty, guys.
Or the podcast app, excuse me, for Mr. Vic this week. So if y'all get a chance, you can go pull that app up and look at it, but it's called the podcast app.
Stop.
And pretty good. I've done one for him before, and he seemed like a very nice guy. So I enjoyed doing that for him. And I think this coming up Monday, I'll be on Chris Reinhardt this Monday night. Chris asked me to come back on, and I don't mind helping, my friends and families with other channels. I don't mind coming on talking. I just tell what what I've experienced, what other people's experienced, and what my opinions are. And a lot of it is opinions, because it ain't none of it wrote in stone, because ain't none of us experts. So y'all check him out and everything. But one thing I was going to show tonight too, and Rebecca got this for my birthday, and I hadn't really had time to get into it, but I've read a lot of it on the internet. But this is,
Sister stuff.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'll read it. It's the Books of Enoch Deluxe Collection, which is Enoch 1, 2, and 3. And so, and this is where we get a lot of our information besides the regular Bible about kind of what went on with the Nephilim, the fallen angels, and a lot of the stuff before the flood. And it's a good way to reference. Now, I will say this was not in the regular Bible, but we know that the Jewish people from that time period, the Hebrews, referenced the book of Enoch, or however else they pronounce it. It's Enoch, and there's another way to pronounce that. But anyway, we know that Jesus referred to this book, the first book, not the other two, but the Enoch 1. So we know
our current Bible was put out by the Catholic Church. So they took and picked and choose the ones they wanted.
Well, ones they thought were relevant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They picked and choose the ones they wanted to put in there for their purposes and left out these books.
Right. So that's something, if y'all want to really get into about some of the stuff, like the show we had a couple weeks ago and what's going on, that's one of the books you need to, this is just one. You can get all types of them. That'd be something to check out. And you kind of, and of course, the regular Bible has a lot of it in there too. So
I got him the complete Apocrypha as well.
Right.
And the one of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Right. So it's something to reference by. A lot of people say that the book of Enoch is just a lot more in-depth Genesis. Now, that's what a lot of scholars will tell you. They'll say that book just goes a lot deeper than Genesis
Sister,
does.
feel free to hop down.
So,
yeah.
Just something to keep in mind. If you a lot of y'all that don't maybe understand what we're talking about or where we're coming from, this is where we get some of our information from, is from some of this stuff. So. But now this might be one you're going to enjoy, since you love the paranormal.
I love
so
that
you
book.
want to talk about it?
Nope, you go ahead.
All right. So this is the 13 ghosts, 13 Alabama ghosts, and Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey was a ghost, and the writer was Miss Catherine Tuck Wyndham, which is a very famous author from Alabama. She was friends with the lady who wrote To
Kill a Mockingbird.
Kill a Mockingbird. What was her name?
Can't remember.
I think anyway, she's a famous author from Alabama. Well, this Miss Wyndham wrote a lot of books from different states. I think we have Tennessee. I think we have Appalachian. There's something else, but this book, and you can still find it. It's still in print. If you live in Alabama and interested in Alabama, here's a book. And she had a ghost, she said, lived with her, and she called it Jeffrey. She's even got pictures of it. Let's see, she's got a picture of it in here. Yeah, if you can see this, I don't know if you can really tell, but you can see the ghost right here. That was a young girl that was with her, but you can see something sticking up and see this here. And she had other pictures, but this
Harper Lee,
that's right. But this one is about some of the ghosts. Now, I mean, this is just, it don't go in all of it, but it just talks about different ghosts in different parts of the Alabama. We got, like I said, we got the Tennessee And I think the Appalachian, isn't it, babe?
I don't know.
I used to have one.
Not the same book.
Yeah. Now you can tell I've had this book for a while. This is an old book. This is one she wrote about Tennessee. And
the ones you have up here by the other person, Johnson.
Oh,
yeah. She's the Appalachian, I think.
But no, she didn't write that. She just wrote about Talladega County and Shelby County. So,
Garland County home.
In fact, Lord, this book was $5 when I bought it. $5. That tells you a long time ago. I had more of them at one time and they disappeared. But if you want to get into some good reading,
this is good accounts.
These are good accounts from different states. A lot of them is local lore, of course. Certain towns have lores, that stuff that's went on, and Alabama is very paranormal. There's a lot. We have Sloss Furnace in Birmingham. We have the grist mill. We have the mental hospital that over at Tuscaloosa that's closed down now, but a lot of people still go over and do a lot of paranormal research, and they come up with a lot of stuff. And I know down around Mobile, around the forts, Fort Morgan and Fort Gaines, they have a lot of stuff going on. So if you're looking for some good reading, and you can still find these books, like Barnes and Noble. What's the other one? What's the other book?
Books A Million.
Books A Million. And of course,
Abercrombie and Fifth. Is that the new one?
Yeah. And then, of course, you can probably go online and find these books. She just passed away here a few years ago. And but she wrote a lot of books. In fact, here it tells she wrote Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, Mississippi. And then she said, then there's 13 more Southern ghosts that she wrote about. And then she done another one about Alabama. So she's got a newer book out. Mm-hmm. So may have to try the next time find that one. So, yep. But this is the original one. So she's wrote another one. And a lot of them seem to stem from the 1800s. About different things that went on. In fact, she has a lot of pictures in here, which is cool too. Yeah, Fort Morgan had a lot of. Yeah, it is a creepy place. You've been there, mm-hmm. And Mobile has a lot of paranormal, but I guess because it was settled so early by the French, they had In fact, that's where Mardi Gras actually started. A lot of people think Mardi Gras started in New Orleans. It actually started in Mobile, Alabama, and they still have a big Mardi Gras, mm-hmm. just like New Orleans do. Now, Mobile's is more calm or family friendly. Now, I do have a story about New Orleans, but I will not say on here what I witnessed when I walked down the street during that.
You must have went down the side street.
Well, at the time, I was working at the quarry, and I ain't going to tell what all I seen. I was ready to get out from there. Mm-hmm. But me and two other guys had to go work on a rail car that was stuck in New Orleans, and guess what? It was Mardi Gras time. Mm-hmm. So we went and walked, and Lord have mercy. There's some folks need some help down there. I know why they call it Sin City for now. But, yeah, Fort Morgan is very creepy. Fort Gaines is too, so. And I'll tell you,
the ones that are right there.
They're across the bay from each other, yes. They had a big battle there, the Battle of Mobile Bay. And also, you had Fort Berkeley, which is up at Spanish Fort, Alabama, which is up on the upper end of the bay. They had a big battle there. They say that place is pretty mm-hmm. haunted, too. So they say a lot of stuff goes on there. And I know I don't talk much about paranormal, but I thought this would be a good subject to kind of talk about tonight. Just something different. I know most, people. Yes, it does. It has a bad vibe to it. I was not comfortable in that city most of the time I was there. I hate to say that, but I was not comfortable there. I'll tell you another place, Vicksburg. Woo! I went and visited Vicksburg battlefield. That was a bloody battle, just like Shiloh was. I've been to Shiloh twice. Man, you get vibes when you go in that place. Even in the broad daylight with the sun shining, some of them places you walk, you just feel energy moving. And, it's just strange. Another battlefield I want to visit is Chickamauga, because my great grandfather actually was in them battles at Chickamauga. And of course, Chickamauga was spread out over miles and miles from Chattanooga to Atlanta, pretty much, was the Battle of Chickamauga. And I want to go one day and check that out. Because, of course, that's right in the heart of a lot of Bigfoot stuff that goes on in Georgia, is in that area back over to, the mountains of Georgia. So that's one place I want to go check out one day. Now, what's Squazy is carrying a pistol. I don't blame you. Should have had a big old stick with you too, the way some of them folks was acting. I thought I was gonna have to whoop some people before I got out of there. Them folks was crazy. Okay.
I want to do the actual real tour type thing, not the ones you pay the people for the hoaxy stuff. I want to do a real tour.
Well, maybe not all that's hoaxed, and we hope not. So
no, I'm talking about which ones I'm talking about.
Okay. So I thought y'all might be interested in seeing a few of those books, and you can find them.
I want to see the stuff they don't show everybody.
Yeah. Well, if you ever come to Alabama, around Birmingham, go to Sauce Furnace. They say there's some crazy stuff goes on there. Up north Alabama, there's some places. I think around where some of them antebellum homes are. Talladega has some stuff going on because it's a real old town. I'll tell you another place in Alabama is Horseshoe Bend Battleground.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where Andrew Jackson and the Tennessee Army and Tennessee Volunteers fought the Creek Indians. It's about 40 miles south of here, southeast of here, on the Tallapoosa River. And when you go down to that place and walk it, you can still, like I say, you still feel the energy there. In fact, I was there one time, and I'm not kidding you. I swore I heard people hollering, but wasn't nobody there. And, of course, this was back.
I've never been.
What's that? The Sloss? Yeah. Sloss is 40 miles from us in downtown Birmingham. When you get on Red Mountain Expressway, you go right beside it, and it's a creepy place. Of course, we have all the old ore mines back when U.S. Steel was, mining ore there in Birmingham. They say a lot of that stuff's got a lot of freaky stuff going on around it. And also, we have what we called underground Birmingham at one time. A lot of people don't know that Birmingham had kind of an underground, just like Atlanta and some other cities have. They say there's a lot of stuff goes on down in there, and some of them old tunnels and some of those places like that. So, yes, Shiloh is a very creepy place. I have a friend who lives there in Selmer, Tennessee, that was a paranormal. He done that for years. I'm hoping to have him on the show. He's had some people, some of his family's been sick. He's planning on coming on. But he's going to go through some of the paranormal that he's witnessed. But also, I carried him to Creepy Mountain, and he had encounters with the boogers there, and even got to see one cross the road on us at nighttime. And so I hope to get him on pretty soon. He's done a lot of graveyards. And Shiloh was one of his places because he knew one of the park rangers, and he would go in there at night, him and some of his other people, and I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff he told me he's seen, uh, just out of this world. And so yeah, and that was a very bad battle. There was a lot of people on both sides killed. The bad thing about it, the Confederate soldiers were just buried in mass graves, where the Union soldiers got individual graves. The Confederate soldiers got buried in mass graves, and it's just very sad, very sad. Yeah, I'd love to go. I would love to go to Gettysburg and also Antietam. I'd love to go see it too. And if I get up in that part of the country, uh, I plan to go to both of those places. And I'll tell you somewhere we got to check out too is the Battle of Kettle Mountain there in North Georgia.
Okay.
Revolutionary, which is where my people were living.
Okay.
They're in Wilkes County.
Let's go.
So
have camp or we'll travel.
Yeah. They say that's another weird place. That a lot of stuff that they actually see boogers there too. So there's witnesses of seeing boogers and a lot of paranormal with that place, which we're coming to figure out. I think most of us can agree that all this is connected and wadded up in one piece anyway. So, yeah. That Shiloh, that's probably my favorite battleground, but I wouldn't call it favorite. Maybe the one that interests me the most. I like Vicksburg.
Ooh, I got to go there.
Where's that? Victorian Village gives me the willies. Now, what is Victorian Village?
It's in Memphis. Okay. Little ghost girl moving her doll every 5 minutes.
Ooh,
I need to go see that.
That's weird there. So, I've been to Graceland in Memphis and been in downtown Memphis on.
I hadn't been nowhere.
Blue Street. That was pretty cool, but that was way back yonder before Memphis got so rough. I know Larry or Debbie probably could tell you a lot about Memphis living there close to it, but in fact, I used to have some kinfolks who lived in Memphis. We used to go visit them when I was young. So that was just
a good dog name.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share with y'all about that. And like I said, you should be able to still find these 13.
She answered your question.
Is there a set?
Set.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we'll have to go visit that too.
Oh, yeah. This has got stuff about Chattanooga.
So they have a Nakatula and we have a Nakalula?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, whoa, wait a minute. All right, Squatch and Holler, you might be interested in this. Let me back up here a minute. I just found you a ghost dog.
The long dog.
It's called, yep. Where was this at in Tennessee? Lord have mercy, how you pronounce that word. Now, if I don't know if that picture is going.
No, that's the trees.
See that's what part of Tennessee that was in. Well, it is. There's that name. Surgeonsville, Tennessee. Ghost dog.
Called long dog.
Long dog, but he's talking about a ghost dog.
The ghost is long dog.
Yeah. So wherever that is in Tennessee, Roger, you might want to check that out. Yeah, Debbie, that's what I heard. That's yeah, that's it, Roger. That's how you spell it. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
So about a ghost dog there. So that's pretty interesting. That's interesting. I imagine it's got something in here about Shiloh too. I bet it does. There's supposed to be a good picture of Jeffrey, if y'all can see that.
You already showed it.
Yeah, I think that's a little better.
The bigger one in the other book.
Yeah. So, that was supposed to be the ghost that hung out in her house. Let's see. It's got about the Bell Witch in here. Let's see what this is. So it's got a bunch of stuff in it.
The Restless Rocker.
At Belvedere or Belvedere, how you pronounce that. In Shelbyville.
Is the Chapel Hill Light in there?
Chapel Hill Light.
Mm-hmm.
Or she's got a see if she's got a well.
Yep.
Yeah, Shiloh's in there.
So's Chapel Hill Light.
Chapel Hill. Memphis Great Jar Mystery. The Snake Charmer, the Rosemary, the Trees, but now it doesn't say.
The Rosary.
The Barrel of Sin. Where's Shelbyville at? In Tennessee.
Okay.
So here's and
Here on your map.
okay, yeah. Well, you won't be far from Shelbyville either. Roger, there's something about exorcism of Aunt Chrissy.
Greasy.
Yeah. And it shows something in Savannah, Shiloh.
Mr. Jeff's heading out.
Good night, Jeff. Appreciate you coming on.
Shelbyville is next to him.
And up there around, there's something in
Thank you for those
Cedarville.
words, Mr. Townsend. We try to be good people.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on and chatting with us and everything. Yep. So if y'all that live in Tennessee area, it'd be something to really check out. Of course, anybody that's in Alabama, and if I come across the Mississippi one, I'll buy it. Because a lot of them from the 1800s, and I just love reading of that from that era, you know. So, but anyway, what time is it getting to be? Make sure we ain't
8 o'clock,
okay.
8:12.
All right, so we're not too bad.
No, not too bad.
So,
We've talked about a lot of books.
yeah.
Talked about food.
Oh, I was gonna show them one more book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that one's mine.
Yeah, I know, but it's a pretty interesting book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you won this at one of the
Mhm.
outings, didn't you?
I did.
And I got the UFO one I won at the
Mhm.
anyway. Here's a book that was being given away at the last outing we was at Holland's, which was last year. And Jonathan would ask people different questions, and whoever can answer that question, he give them a book. Of course, Rebecca got this book, and Where Bigfoot Walks. It seems like a very good book. I've read a little bit of it. I hadn't got real deep into it, but it seems like a pretty good book. So if that's something, and it's by Robert Michael Powell, Crossing the Dark Divide. So might be something y'all could check out. And it's an updated edition of latest research and the author's dramatic fresh finds. So that sounds pretty interesting. I need to finish. I don't read like I used to, and he's got a lot of pictures in here of tracks and different things. I don't really know much about this guy. I really have never heard his name. So pretty good sized book. So that'll be something else for y'all. Oh boy, yeah, I imagine he did have the ghost stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like living next door to the cemetery and seeing stuff going on. I know Miss Pat can tell you a little bit about some cemeteries too. So I know a lot of folks I've heard around cemeteries talk about hearing stuff, happening
Me
around.
too, Debbie. I want to hear all about it.
What's that? About the Bell Witch?
The adjoining property, yeah.
Yeah. We may have to do a show on that, Roger, and so David, I don't know if I can last to 10 o'clock tonight now. I just don't know if I can last.
Why are we lasting till 10?
I
saw. Let's go till 10.
Yeah. I don't know if I can handle that, brother. I'm already starting to get hoarse from doing all these shows this
Boneyard
week.
Blue.
So. Dave said he's partial to Dr. Zeus himself.
I love Dr. Seuss, and I'm with Dee Dee. I like the cooking book. Oh, the coloring books. I read that
Cooking
as
books
cooking
for you?
books.
Oh, yeah.
I read it as cooking, but it's coloring. I love coloring books.
Oh, man. Glad you, David and Kathy could join us tonight. He said he just couldn't comment. So glad to have you and Kathy on. I hope Kathy is doing better and everything, David. So, and David and Kathy is friends of me and Rebecca's, and they've had a lot of experience with the boogers. Mm-hmm. They live on the west side of Creepy Mountain. And they've had some, in fact, y'all probably heard one of the lives where she was talking. Mm-hmm. But when was that? Back in summer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did it from Creepy Mountain.
We done it from Creepy Mountain, and then David was the one that done the black video. Yep. I had. So if y'all hadn't checked them out, go
back and find them.
Find them, and of course we'll have them on again when they're both feeling better and feel up to it and everything. So.
And we need to keep Miss Kathy in our prayers.
Yeah, y'all be sure to keep her in prayer.
We ain't gonna go into it, but yeah, we need to keep her in prayers.
There's a lot of people in our family that we need to keep in prayer because I consider everybody family. So let's see. Well, we know we got my friend Adam Bassett coming on either at the end of this month or 1st of February to go into what went on Creepy Mountain and some of the stuff we got into. So sometime or another that will come out. It'll be a pre-recorded the first time, and then we'll come back and probably do a live with Adam. I've got a couple more people that I've meant to call this week, get them set up. I do have somebody, if everything goes good, for March to come on our Friday night live. And I got a couple more people I've got to get with to get them set up for a Friday night live if that's what they want to do. So I hadn't forgot about it. Just so much been going on last couple of weeks. It's been hard to get to everything. Because with this freezing weather, me and Rebecca's had to do hand watering of the rabbits and trying to take care of animals, and her working, me working, and just trying to take care of everything. Boy, I tell you, it's been tough lately.
Yep.
What's Abby saying? She don't like caves.
She don't like the caves where the Bigfoots are.
Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't like it either. I would, if I knew one was in one, I sure wouldn't be going in there with it. I wouldn't go get hemmed up with something.
Nope. So we're about to lose our computer again.
What's wrong with our computer?
This.
Oh, okay. I get you.
So I'm going to try and keep it to where nothing steps on it and touches it.
Yes, ma'am. We got some crazy weather coming next week. We've had the freezing weather this week with ice and snow here in Alabama. And then next week, we're going to get mild temperatures with it raining just about every day. So we go from one extreme to the other. But it is going to be mild, and I look forward to some mild weather. And, I mean, we're still going to have some 30s at night. But compared to 30s to 15 and 10, I'll take it any day of the week. Yeah. So, but we're supposed to get a lot of rain here in Alabama. I think
this kitty is Misty.
Yep.
Misty is about 10 years old. I've had her since one of the residents at the apartment complex I worked at wanted to move and was going to take her to the pound. So I took her. And she's been with us ever since.
We call her Nut Job.
This is the Nut Job. This is the cat that thinks she's a dog. This is the demon cat, because she's the one that she's a fat cat, and she thinks she can fit on a shelf the size of the hand. And then she'll try to roll over and land on your face. She's the demon cat. And then we have Callie inside, and she's a calico, long-haired. She's the diva. So we have the demon and the diva. This one is AKA Nut Job. The other one is AKA the witch. Yeah.
This one here, I have actually watched try to jump up in the chair and miss the
miss.
chair.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she has a balance problem or a perception problem. But I've actually watched the cat miss the whole chair, and I'm just like, what in the world?
Yep.
And watched her try to jump up on the coffee table and
miss
and fall backwards. And I'm like, I ain't never seen a cat. And I'm talking about fall on her back, not on her feet. And I'm like, oh, I ain't never seen a cat be able to do this. So
Yep. But yeah, so this is Misty in the lab. We have 2 indoor kitties. We have Langston and Mushy back outside. And we have Marshall, the dog, outside. And then the 2 dogs inside. So, yeah. Oh, I was going to talk about something. Oh, so how many people want to talk about homesteading again? Y'all know what time of year it is? This is the time of season to be getting ready to plant stuff. Well, anything together, that you're wanting to start from seed, we are right there at that time frame. Depending on how big you want it to be when you transplant it out in your garden. Now, I'm talking about for our area. If you are further north than zone 7B and 7, it might not be that time for you. The best thing to do is look at your seed packets and see what the suggested seed starting date for your area is, or the transplant from the last date of frost date thing is. Some of them say 8 weeks before frost started. So whatever your last frost date is, go 8 weeks back. That's when you start it. The things that I don't start inside are melons. Yeah, I'm talking about starting them in a greenhouse, by the way. The things I don't plant in my greenhouse to start seedlings from, I don't do melons, zucchini, squash, or beans. I don't do any of that from transplants. Every bit of that is planted with a seed directly in the ground. Same for corn and okra. But like tomatoes, you can go ahead and start those seedlings now. And peppers. So tomatoes don't care as much about the hot soil to sprout. But if you're planting peppers, you better give them things some bottom heat. That's where those seed starting mats come in handy at. They put that heat that those pepper seeds like. So yeah. But yeah, if you're going to be planting stuff from transplants, now is the time to start those seedlings either indoors in your home, in your garage, or in your greenhouse, whatever you've got to do. We have all that stuff out where I work. If you know where I work, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, here's a hint. All that stuff's out. We're putting it out in the stores this month. Retail spring starts in January. I know. It's awful. Retail Christmas starts in August.
Pamela says she got her seeds in the mails.
Growth lights and hand.
Right now is the time to order your seeds.
It's actually late to be ordering the seeds because now they need to be arriving now.
Right. So.
And getting ready to plant. But seriously, like I said, the big seeds, don't start them. Like zucchini and squash, don't start those in your greenhouse because once they sprout, they need to be in the ground getting ready to outgrow the container it's in. That's the problem with planting your squash and stuff to transplant is it outgrows that cup really quickly. I mean, really quickly. So I just always plant those directly in the ground when it's time for them to start sprouting. But all your cool season crops, you can go ahead and start the thing of greens. Go ahead and start your cabbages and stuff if you haven't got them. You can go ahead and do your broccolis and your cauliflowers and stuff like that. If you haven't got your onions in the ground, they need to be in the ground. The reason we plant our onions through the winter time is frost doesn't hurt them typically. Freezes don't hurt them typically. Now, I'm talking about our area. I don't know anything about north of the Mason-Dixon line. I don't know how y'all's ground works. I don't know what y'all's seasons are like. If it's above zone 7, I know nothing about it. So do what people in your area tell you to do. But down here, we plant those onions and stuff in the ground probably November, because that way they're coming off. They're mature and ready to harvest about the same time it's ready to plant things in your garden for like summer stuff. That way you're just transitioning from one crop to the next. Potatoes, get your Irish potatoes, your white potatoes, your Yukon Golds, your red potatoes, those things. Do not plant your sweet potatoes. Do not plant your sweet potatoes now, but get your seed potatoes for white potatoes, for the gold potatoes, for the red potatoes, all those potatoes like that. Our area, they go in the ground February 14th, right around that area. If it's still too wet, don't plant them. It is a root crop unless you've got excellent drainage where you're planting them, because they'll rot. So that's some things to think about. So greens, lettuces, cabbages, broccolis and stuff like that, you can go ahead and get that in the ground. You can start you a sprinkling of carrots. Carrots are much sweeter when they're growing in the cold. Radishes come off quickly. Beets are probably another good one that you could grow right now, but all of your greens are perfect for this time of year. So, yeah. Hey, Mr. White.
Hey, George.
But it's finally time to start seeds.
Good to see you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Good.
About talked out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm talked out.
Well, if anybody else has got somebody we need to remember in prayer, y'all.
Oh, Leanne, but that's not true. I'm not so smart.
Okay, Mark D, I'll check that out. Appreciate it. If anybody's got any prayer requests they'd like to, of course, I don't use everybody's name. I usually do a general prayer, but that way everybody on here sees who we need to pray for. And of course, we know Greg.
Yep.
Mr. Mark D is healing up. And Mr. Jeff that was in here a few minutes ago. Y'all keep Barry Browning in prayer.
Yay, Abby, yay.
And there's a lot of other people that's been sick, having a lot of issues.
I have my autoimmune appointment next week.
Yeah.
So. And
your toe's doing a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, I can walk on it finally.
One of these days she'll quit. She'll learn not to drop propane tanks on her foot, you know.
Like
me dropping a plow.
I learned that lesson really fast. I no longer touch those tanks, those big, huge 100-pound tanks. I don't touch them. Everybody else puts them on the scale for me now. I don't touch it.
Okay.
It didn't take
Abby
much to learn that.
Snow's fine. I mean, the ice is finally starting.
Yeah,
to
I said, "Oh, yay, Abby." That's
but
good.
it'll probably freeze back tonight.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, you didn't hear me say that, did you? Hey, yay, Abby.
Okay, Miss Dee, we'll remember your brother in prayer. So everybody remember Miss Dee's brother. And like I said, our friends David and Kathy, y'all remember those. And I mentioned Mr. Barry a while ago. Y'all remember him. He had a death happen. Let's see.
Mark D's got 2 more weeks before he can put any weight on his ankle and foot.
Yeah, he had surgery on his. So.
Yeah. Got Greg's surgery coming up too.
Yeah.
If we can get him thawed out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll make it. He'll get up there. And I know there's a lot of other people having problems. So y'all remember everybody that's been brought up tonight in chat and people we've brought up. Just a lot of going on, a lot of sickness happening. This cold weather's caused a lot of people a lot of problems. So we need to be in prayer for people like that. And, just cause, just a lot going on.
Yep.
Wintertime's rough on folks. A lot more extra put on to you, and of course here in the South, we deal with a lot of heat come summer. And
I'd rather have the heat.
And the bad thunderstorms and stuff, because the heat really causes thunderstorms to get really severe.
Oh, it does.
And lightning and all that. So we deal with a lot of that in the summer, which any of y'all that's Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, Arkansas, you know about that. So back to Texas and all that. So these storms, They can come out of nowhere too. All of a sudden, that's
Mhm.
what's the bad thing about it. Have straight line winds with it, and so we deal with the winter, and then of course our Alabama's tornado season will start here about March and go through about June, and then we got to deal with the severe thunderstorms in the summer. And we kind of look forward to September and October because it usually calms down.
Yeah.
And then tornado season starts back in Alabama November through January or up to about January.
Yeah.
So,
And then we get cold and wet.
Yep. So,
and wind.
So, like my daddy said, if you're going to live in the South, you better be tough. And I think you would.
4 seasons in one day causes a lot of havoc in the weather.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've seen it freezing in the mornings, warm up and be pouring down rain in the evenings. Boy, I tell you, I mean, just go from one extreme to the other.
We've had like 12 degrees in the morning and 70 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Mm-hmm. I have seen that. I mean,
70s in the afternoon.
Ridiculous. Yeah. But anyway, I'll give everybody another minute or two in case they think of something.
Oh, no, your door breathed. I'm sorry. Thank you for that, Mr. Spikes. We have 824 subscribers.
Hey, we're slowly growing.
We're getting there. So
y'all know I don't push it real hard. And I appreciate everybody that does push it for us. I just don't try to push it hard. Mm-hmm. I let it grow on its own or try to. I figure if the Lord wants us to get bigger, He'll bring more and more people in.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice to reach that 1,000, though.
Well, when we do, we'll have a little celebration or something.
Yep.
We'll have a little celebration. When they get some stickers made,
I got the stuff to do. I just got to do it.
We got some folks we need to get stickers.
My next day off.
And we need to make some more cups and some stuff like that. So yeah,
have a car wash to raise it to 1,000. Yeah, well, I got stickers. I got to get them made.
Yeah, we got to get them made.
I got the paper or the sticker paper. I've got the equipment. I've got all of it. I just got to do it.
Yeah.
And it's very hard.
Yeah, well, the way she works, and of course when she's off, she's wore out, just kind of like I am.
Well, and then I'm having to catch up from all the stuff I wasn't able to do because I was at work.
Yeah, so it's always something in life, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, and I know every one of y'all go through the same stuff. So, just
I'm just thankful there's no kids too, to add to the crazy.
I wish my kids were around more.
Well, no, I meant in the house having to take care of kids. I don't mean like them. I don't mean like, I do wish Jonathan and them were here, but part of me is glad I'm not having to take care of 5 and 6 year olds.
Well, we're a little
Could
older
you imagine
now.
With our schedule trying to take care of 5 and 6
year olds? If I had to, I would.
Well, I mean, I know that, but could you imagine?
Yeah, I don't believe I want to start.
We barely can do anything around here with all the stress and everything already, and add a 5 or 6 year old, couple of them, 3 of them, because Ella, Jonathan, Katie.
Yeah.
Whew, I don't know that I could do it.
But, well, that's one good thing about grandkids when you get them. You can send them home.
We ain't going to have no grandkids.
You don't know that or not yet.
Mine don't want none. Yours don't want none.
One of them. The other,
I thought neither one of them wanted them.
No, John. They may change their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So. Kids make a house lively, though.
They do. I've thought a lot about, adopting or foster care.
I'll tell you, I miss a lot of them days. I'll be honest with you. I miss them days.
I do too.
Even though, sometimes I was ready to pull my hair out.
Yep.
But there was a lot of good times.
Prayers for Jeff T. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, okay. I done mentioned Mr. Jeff earlier too. Yeah. So. All right. I guess we better. It's going on at 9 o'clock. I know what you mean, squatching the holler. I know what you mean. Well, always remember that's one gift God gave us. That part of your genetics will keep going on.
Yep.
And
I always wanted a big family when I was younger, and here I am, Ella.
give her time. She might change her mind one day.
No, I'm just saying, have it lonely only, and she don't want kids.
A lot of people say they don't want kids, then down the road they change their mind. So
I wanted the big Christmas dinners and Thanksgiving
you might get your
get-togethers.
wish. I don't know. You know, you never know what the future is going to bring. A lot of things can change.
What I'm saying is, I wish I had more than one kid. Because Ella's kids and the other kids' kids and other kids' kids, that's what I always wanted. I wanted the big family. So.
All right. Well, y'all remember everybody we support, Woodwalkers, Squatch and Holler, Encrypted Connections. I'm glad you came in tonight, Kyle, and sit down with us and just chatted. Miss PJ Arkansas or her channel. Y'all go support her. Night Callers.
Yes, PJ. Yes.
Mr. Barton Nunley. And then, of course, a lot of them on Facebook, Red Creek Mafia. And, of course, on Facebook, you got the SAS group and Miss Bama, Flat Rock. And there's a lot of other people. Mr. Barry Brown.
In here tonight.
Huh?
That's who I didn't tag. I didn't tag Flat Rock.
I think I did today.
Did you see? Oh, you did? Okay.
I ain't seen much of Flat Rock lately. I'm going to have to check on him and see what's going on with him and make sure he's okay. I know he went to the East Alabama
with Mr.
conference, Mr. Them. And I hate I missed that, but when you work, it's hard to do everything. So, because that wasn't but an hour and a half away. Well, it wasn't about an hour. Right below Auburn there. So, wish I could have went to that. But y'all go check their channels out if you haven't. You know, subscribe. And they always have some good people on. A lot of them, I mean, it's always different. That's a good thing, you know. It ain't always
it's
about
like
the
riding
same
an
thing.
old rusty bike.
Huh?
PJ said she's keeping her grandkid, and she's like, "How did I do this before?" Because she's 53 now. And Leanne said, "Oh, so it's not like riding a bike." I said, "It's like riding an old rusty bike."
Yeah, I need to check on Flat Rock. I need to. I gotta call a lot of people. It's just hard to get to everybody, and everybody's so busy, and I'm busy, and I hate that type of life too when that happens, because staying in communication with people is a good thing. And I'm like everybody else. I fail at it too. I should stay more in contact with people and just get busy, and before you know it, you know. Just hard to get to everybody too. So, because between work, taking care of a place, trying to farm, and everything else, boy, just before you know it, your day is gone.
That's what I was saying, PJ. It's like a bike that won't go. Yep, a rusty bike, one without any oil and all that stuff, like pushing a car uphill.
Yeah. Oh me. Oh. That's congratulations, Leanne. That's good. That's cool.
I saw something about where she posted about her grandbaby on the way.
Okay, I must have missed that one. Or, of course, I may have done forgot. I see so much. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm only human too. Sometimes I forget a lot of things, and close. You know, getting older ain't helping matters none either. So you know, just some days. I do good to get up and go to work, you know. So, but good night, Mr. Henry. Good night. We'll go ahead and say a little short prayer, and I know, and we'll close for the night. But and I hope I didn't miss any of the people we support. If I did, I didn't do it on purpose. I try to remember, and sometimes I skip one or two of them, but I don't do that on purpose. Just my old feeble mind starting to kick in. So. But y'all, you know, of course, like I always say, love, Sawdust. Y'all go check him out. I'm glad Debbie just popped back up because it made it click when I seen her name pop up. So y'all go back, you know, of course, support Mr. Mark, Mr. Larry with their channel, and you know, and everything. So, but if nothing else, we'll go ahead and close out in prayer real quick and get off here. So, did everybody get back to their Friday night? So, Lord, thank you for everything you do for us each and every day. Thank you letting us to come together and fellowship. Even though we're not in the same room, we can all see what's happening and talk back and forth to each other. And Lord, thank you for your compassion, your love, your peace, for sending your son down to make a way for us to get back to heaven with you and him. Lord, everybody that was mentioned in chat tonight that's either going to have surgery or sick or has the disease, Lord, you be with them. If it be thy will, heal them, but be with them, Lord, and let you. And everybody, Lord, that's having other problems, drama or whatever it may be, Lord, or fighting these creatures that's tormenting them, either, these beings we talk about or the paranormal, you be with them. And thank you, Lord, for everything you do for us every day. And Lord, forgive us for our sins and help us forgive others, to make means with our brothers and try to get along and love one another like you commanded. We ask this all in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, y'all, I hope y'all have a good weekend. I hope you stay warm. I hope y'all don't have any problems with this cold weather. If you know anybody that's had a sighting or encounter and they need to talk to somebody about it, send them my way. Send them Greg's way, Kumbo's way, or all who on here will talk to them, and we'll keep it confidential. And just try to help them deal with it. I mean, we don't have all the answers, but we'll try to help. We'll try to help. Yeah. A lot of times just talking about it helps. And I'm not just talking about Bigfoot. This paranormal or anything of this nature, and if I can't answer a question for you, I'll find somebody that can. I'll send you to somebody that might can help you, or give you some, or you know what I'm saying. I'll try to find you something.
Hey, Greg finally made it on.
Hey, brother, good to see you,
man. About to hop off.
But hey, I'm glad he made it for a minute.
Yep.
So
he can go watch the replay.
Yeah, he will. He'll probably watch it later.
He's going to want to with all the food we talked about.
He will. If you decide to go on here in a little bit, Roger, let us know. I'll tune in, and I'd like to hear more about some of that in Tennessee ghost. That's interesting. And stuff. I mean, I'm not a big fan of paranormal, but I don't mind reading about ghost stories. Now, going to where the paranormal is, I end up usually not liking it. Rebecca, I tell you, I'm not real crazy about paranormal.
I'm good with the paranormal.
Well, I know you are. But a lot of times I leave the Bigfoot in the woods, and then paranormal seem to want to follow you home, too.
And the Bigfoot didn't?
Yeah, but the Bigfoot ain't coming in the house with you. The darn paranormal comes on in the house with you.
I was going to say, do some research. Some of them Bigfoots come on in the house, too. You had me put the gun by the bed one night because you were telling me how to crawl up under people's houses and come up on the floor.
They have done that before.
I'm aware.
I've heard that.
So, yeah, they come in the house, too.
I don't think this bunch will. But
I don't think this
bunch will. Unless they change tunes on me. Yeah. I hope they don't change tunes on me. But when they start that mess, I'm going to start rebuking them.
Oh, yeah.
And one other thing I'll mention before we go. I know a lot of times.
He's going to go live.
Okay. I will come over in just a minute, Roger, and get in the chat, and we'll aggravate you some. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. We can see Bigfoot. Yeah. Well, I can see the ghost too, but
what I was going to say, I know a lot of people say a lot of times they just keep praying and they're praying and nothing happens. A lot of times I don't have an answer for that. And a lot of other people will tell you the same thing. But there's one thing we always forget about sometimes when dealing with these creatures or these beings or paranormal. Christ said that sometimes you have to fast with it. That's because we know there's different levels of evil spirits. We know this because Christ even said it when he was talking about the house being empty, getting rid of that one evil spirit in the house being empty, that spirit coming back, finding the house clean. He can't get back in, but he goes gets more spirits that are a lot meaner, a lot tougher, a lot more powerful than him, and then they all come occupy the house. And Christ said a lot of times the only way you can get rid of that is by praying and fasting. So y'all remember that. A lot of times, if you're having a lot of problems and prayer don't seem to work, you might want to start fasting too. But one thing that I'm gonna say, like Brother Greg says, rebuke them. Start and mean it. Say it with authority, because you've been given authority on this earth through Christ, through his name. You've been given authority. And yes, it's scary. I agree. But if you're having a lot of problems, put that fasting in there too. And get other people to praying with you and fasting with you. God honors fasting. He really does. So what is it? What they talking about now? Don't be a possum. Woo! Yeah, I wonder where old possum's at. I'm gonna have to get on him for not being in tonight. We had Big Chief make it in finally.
Yep.
And
he ain't in here tonight either.
Squirrel either. Hope she's doing all right. We'll have to make sure she may be having a problem with her animals because
it's cold there too.
Yeah. So all right, y'all. Y'all remember, love one another, get along. And I know sometimes it's hard too. Sometimes you want to just chew folks out and pitch a fit, but it really don't get you nowhere. And so just
Tiny Tim, I forgot.
Tiny Tim.
I forgot. Tiny
Greg's
Tim.
like me, got multiple nicknames. So and we'll probably find another for Possum later down the road.
His full name is Big Chief Tiny Tim.
Big Chief Tiny Tim. Oh me, Lord have mercy. But if y'all didn't get to check out Sawdust TV last night, go check it out. We'll give it a tribute to Mr. White, so y'all be sure to check that out and everything. So,
yeah.
All right. Different mouse for you.
There we go. Sorry about that.
So we've got to get a different mouse.
Yeah, this mouse has got these side buttons and it messes me up all the time.
I need to put tape over it.
No, because that'll still be pressed down.
Put a little glue on it where you can't press it.
That would work. All right.
All right, y'all.
Sorry,
love
guys.
y'all. Y'all have a good night. Hope to see y'all next week. And I'll hopefully have a video out this next week. So much went on this week, I didn't get to put it out.
Sorry, guys.
What?
I hit the button on the mouse again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That you and that mouse have problems. So you talk about me having technical
I know.
problems.
Yeah, no, we would not just drop y'all like that. So sorry, guys.
Love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Hope
Bye,
you have a
guys.
safe, warm weekend. We'll see y'all next week.
We
Bye-bye.
are cutting it down. See y'all later.